Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go one step deeper into spiritual awakening and how you actually know that you are getting the sign to start to embark upon this journey. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the stages of spiritual awakening that you are probably experiencing right now if you are going through one yourself, just like I am. As the great Rumi once said, the wound is a place where the light enters you. And now this light is going to allow you to create the tapestry of your life. All right, the first step, the first thing you're going to notice is this call. And the call, there's really nothing else to explain about it besides you have this inner feeling that there is something more. Now, from my own experience, what happened for me was I was running a nutrition training business. And I remember telling friends and family for a year or two that there was something more to this that I was missing. There was a deeper way that I could help people. There was more about myself that I didn't yet understand, more that I wanted to be able to express. And although I had no idea what that meant for about a year or two, it was leading me step by step closer to meeting the right people, to hiring my first coach, and to starting to change my business from nutrition training lifestyle to now a full complex type of coaching where I work with a lot of people on their mental health. I also noticed there was a lot of time where I was in contemplation, where things that I used to have or situations I was living in, I was starting to question. I was asking myself if this was really what I wanted. And throughout that journey, while I was having this call to go deeper, I was finding myself not just in deeper contemplation, but also creating more solitude and starting to find myself kind of taking myself out of situations that I once was in so I can start to hear my true inner calling. The second step is initiation. And initiation is essentially when you start to explore these mindfulness techniques and practices. So this might look like you go to your first yoga class, you go to your first sound healing, or maybe you start having conversations with a coach who can help you go deeper within. During this phase, you're kind of like a guest. You're going in and out, you're noticing what you like and don't like, you're starting to get a better understanding of how this all works. Maybe you're starting to become accustomed to different procedures and ideas and thought processes that are starting to open your mind and your awareness that there's so much more out there. It's almost like this ancient wisdom is just being downloaded into your mind and you're starting to notice and experience it all around you. So during this phase, you're going to notice that there's this really deep thirst for more knowledge, wanting to understand things at a deeper capacity. You might find yourself reading more books, spiritual books specifically. I dove into those like crazy. I even started a book club so I can hold myself accountable to mindset and spiritual books because I just wanted to know more. I took a bunch of courses. I started studying NLP and hypnosis and mental and emotional release. I started this new friend group where we all just talk about such deep, beautiful things, and we support each other in ways I never ever felt before in any other situation. And you become a seeker, so you start meeting the right people, you start asking these emotions to come forward that maybe you once were afraid of, and you really start to see that this initiation into these different practices are starting to show you this whole entire new world that you can start to dive into. Now, this next part is where the challenge starts to happen. So you get the calling, you start to explore, and when you do that deeper exploration, you start to notice that there are some things going wrong in your mind, or maybe there's these mental struggles or challenges that you aren't able to overcome before and you want to start to work through now. A lot of people call this the dark night of the soul. And this is almost like when you are going through something so tough that you start to see the light for the first time. It's like this mental barrier that you've had this entire time is being uplifted, like the veil is coming off. And so things that you're really struggling with are starting to feel a little bit lighter. Once you're going through that struggle, you're able to start to work past it. And when this starts to happen, when you start to release that old part, those negative parts, those challenging parts, and start to move towards more love, you feel so much more compassion and gratitude. And this seriously is where things start to take off, where you start to understand and believe what's really happening. You notice what it's like to be in the present moment, and you just want to keep moving forward in that direction. Now, the integration is the next step. So let's say you have the calling, you do the initiation, you go through the dark night of the soul, you release, and you start to step into yourself. You're going to have to integrate that information. It's not like you overcome something hard, see the light, and then voila, everything's great, I feel so happy. It doesn't work like that, right? You overcome something, more than likely it's a deep, profound, challenging thing to work through. And now it's your time to reassess, what is it you want to do? Where do you want to go? What type of goals do you want to create? And it's all about taking those emotions that you once had and taking the new ones and integrating them back into you and learning how to live life now with this new sense of understanding and belief and respect towards yourself and other people. You also want to start sharing everything with people. I understand that sometimes I might come off a little crazy, a little aggressive when it comes to some of these things, because I am just so excited to share what I've learned with people, because I know how much it's helped me and how much it helps my clients. So I just want to literally scream it from the rooftop that, if I can change, you can change too. If I can work through this, you can do it too. And this process takes time. Like I've said in some of my previous videos, it's a continuous process. Integration isn't, okay, I went through something, I'm going to integrate it in and now I'm good. Integration is a ever-evolving process that is going to take months, days, years, a lifetime even. And what's important about integration is to realize you will reach times, and gosh, I have reached many times where I don't feel like I'm moving fast enough, like I don't feel like I'm doing it right, or I'm doing it well enough, or that I'm manifesting correctly. And that's normal to feel that way. What's important is to not go down that path, because remember, integration is about taking the new you and integrating it back in to start to move on the right path, not to get back onto the old path of condemnation or the negative thinking that maybe you once prior had. And what's really cool, with time, this integration starts to become your new daily life, your new habits, your new perspectives, your new understanding of life. It just becomes. Now, I hope this video gave you a better understanding of some of the simple steps that you're going to go through. It's going to start with this inner knowing that there's more. You're going to start exploring yourself. You're going to go through some very intense realizations and situations and understanding. Sometimes it feels like the universe is just throwing stuff at you, but you're not going to get anything you're not ready to receive, that you're not ready to go through. And sometimes you need support to do that. Which reminds me, if you guys want some extra support on understanding yourself and growing a deeper connection, go ahead and download my free journal prompt on my website at beingbecomes.com. I'll go ahead and link it below. And that prompt PDF is going to allow you to go deeper into a lot of really important questions, set some positive goals, and get to know yourself a little bit more as you go through this stage of your life. I hope this helped. Go ahead and give it a comment and a like, and share to anybody who needs to hear this message. I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed day.